Hi guys, so it's Friday, technically, for another 4 minutes, and I'm going to put up a book review like I said I would. The book I'm putting up is one I've mentioned in previous video updates, and it's a book that I read earlier this last year. It's probably one of my favorite books only because of the content it has in it. Um, Not that difficult to read. The book is called A Man for All Seasons by Robert Bolt. This book is about Sir Thomas More. They're actually about historical figures, and it teaches you a moral lesson at the end, which I know some books do, but you don't see it that often anymore. You see a book basically for the purpose of entertainment now, and something that can be turned into a movie in opposition to something that you can learn from. So two main characters in this book, Sir Thomas More, who happens to be a magistrate, which is a judge, and King Henry VIII. Now, in this book, Sir Thomas More is considered like the utmost honorable man there is in the kingdom, and he's friends with King Henry VIII. So, obviously, More's opinion has some influence on the general people in England. Well, the main event that occurs is obviously Henry VIII deciding to kind of throw out Catholicism after asking the Pope for the divorce and being denied, and he creates the Church of England. Now, Sir Thomas More is very, very attached to his moral values and his ethics, and he thinks that obviously this isn't the right path. He advises Henry not to go through with it, and Henry goes through with it anyway. So there's this type of cognitive dissonance, which is where you know you should act one way, but your mind is telling you don't. And what ends up happening is Henry VIII puts out this decree that everyone is required to say that they support the king and convert to this new religion, Church of England. But Thomas More, being the type of man that he is, refuses to take the oath because it goes against everything he stands for. And this is where the whole dilemma starts. You have people saying, oh, he doesn't support the king. Yes, he does support the king. You have a lot of conflict. There's love, there's violence, and a lot of learning to manipulate, basically. This is a play, so it doesn't read, obviously, like a typical book. It's kind of thick, but it's because I recommend reading the preface whenever you get any type of book, because it really gives you an idea of what the book, not only what the book's going to be about, but it helps you understand where the author's coming from and allows you to put your mind in that proper time set or in that type of frame. Other characters in the book are Margaret More, which is Thomas' daughter, Alice, who is his wife. Margaret is like the little mini version of Sir Thomas More. She's educated, which isn't common for women of the time. Then you have Alice, who's like, just take the oath because they're going to keep you in jail, things like that. Other key characters you need to look out for are Cardinal Wolsey, Richard Rich, or Richie Rich, and you'll learn why that name is very well suited, and William Roper, and you'll learn about him as well. So this book teaches you about keeping your own personal values regardless of what other people try to force upon you, not to be a sheep and not to follow the herd, but to wander off on your own and discover, which I think is something that we don't do as often anymore in our society, because we're kind of forced into this idea that we need to conform to fit in. So overall, this book is amazing. It's 4.5, not 5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 stars. The reason I can't give it 5 out of 5 is because it does, though it applies to modern experience. The ending, which I'm not going to tell you, some of you might have seen this movie because this is made into a movie, but how it ends was a little offsetting for me, and there was no catharsis. And so catharsis is just like a feeling that everything came around, everything ended the way that you feel it should have, and I don't think it did in this particular novel. So, that having been said, it's 4.5 out of 5, and I would recommend picking up this book, especially if you're the type of person who kind of follows the crowd and you know it and you kind of want to get out of it. And this gives you an idea of like how much worse it could be. Like your life could be on the line, and sticking by your beliefs is one of the most important things that you can do. Um, I think one of my teachers actually at Santa Ana College said something along the lines of, we, when it comes to our ethics and our morals, we can change those really quickly, but when it comes to our opinion, we're like hardcore stuck on it. And it kind of should be the other way around. We should be more open-minded when it comes to opinion and more devoted to our own moral standing. I mean, what we believe is partly responsible for defining who we are. So, pick up the book. I got this off of Amazon. Someone wrote their name in big letters, so shout out to Alexis for writing your name all huge in this book that I bought off Amazon. I recommend going, instead of buying books from, like, okay, you can buy books from Borders, you can buy books from Barnes & Noble, but I would highly recommend buying it from, the mom and pop shops, because you'll find a lot that the books there have more value. Not like money-wise, you're not going to be spending more money, but knowing that someone had the book, took care of it, and it's like passed on to you has a little more of a mystical feeling to it than anything else. So again, the book is called A Man for All Seasons. Pick it up. And if you stay tuned, there's going to be a small vlog because I have something to share that I'm really excited about. That having been said, I will catch you guys next week with controversial commentary. Oh my god, it's the end of the summer, it's coming. A regular update video on Wednesday, as well as another book review on Friday. So, also, there's going to be a video of me singing sometime before the 14th. If you don't want to watch it, just don't. Click the little, I think it's over here, little button, a little X that appears in your subscription when it pops up. It'll say like Angel Lisa Levy, because that's what I'm going to be singing. So yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Or well, actually, I'll see you guys a little later.